Good evening, guys. I already done the analysis on Gbpcad. I already posted on the channel, but there's something else I'm noticing on Gbpcad, especially for guys that going to be trading Turkey session, because I'm going to be asleep. So I probably put a trade on and with a stop, and I'll probably just leave it. But there's something that if you actually trading at around that time, just watch out for Gbpcad. This is the combination that I actually never came across on CAD. So what we got here is we got an engulf, then followed by, I mean, we still got 2 hours left. In next 2 hours, it could just go straight up here, or it could just go here. But longer as the next 2 hours, if it closes there, it's confirming as inside bar. So there's two combination here, which is very, very rarely if you see this. Chart formation, you very rarely see that combination. I never came across this one, and this is something finding it very new. I'm finding quite fascinating, to be honest. But that something's telling me we're going to see we could see some crazy movement on this one. Although my direction is to buy, and noticing this, I want to see how this plays out. So if you guys are watching trading that time, just keep eye on it. And if you see a price, I mean, you can buy it above 68. I would advise to buy above 68. So if the daily closes above 68, look to buy it. And ideally stop is there, which is like 150 pips. That is if you're going to keep the trade for a few days. So ideally stop is there. If you want to catch the full movement of this, if the change of trend take place. So ideally stop is there to do that. But even if that is too much, well, obviously depending on the count. So if it's that 150 is too much pips, even putting a stop at 60, 67, 60 is something to consider, which give you 40 pips. I'm sure everyone should have that kind of money in the account to take a risk of 50 pips. So even that will be something to consider. 67, 60. So just watch for next few hours. If the daily candle closes where it is, I think you should be prepared to look for buy. I like to see how this pattern forms, because I never came across this one. It's kind of just giving you guys heads up. If you see this, so don't be surprised, because that is setting up to do something. I don't know where it is. As things stand, it's showing potentially reversal in process. But this pattern I never came across. So I thought I'll highlight to you guys. And if you see something crazy happen, don't be surprised, because it is doing something crazy right now. So I thought I'll give you guys kind of heads up. That is something to consider, especially most likely movement be taking place around Turkey session. That's what I believe. Or possibly, I mean, if it's European session, then obviously I'm going to be up. But if it's Turkey session, less likely. So just watch out for this, because if the move take place, to be honest, even small move on this one, we could expect this one there. So even putting a stop there, very much we got 1-to-1 target. So that is something for you guys to consider on that trade. The setup is, I would say, almost ready, unless Mr. Boros come up with something stupid and crazy tomorrow morning, 10 things around. Otherwise, if there's no major, even if it's a Brexit news, it shouldn't affect that much. But if it's something stupid with Mr. Boros, it's our new Donald Trump. So you don't know what he's going to come up with, because as things stand, the market, investors, everybody knows that it's most likely is Mr. Boros is going to be our prime minister. So market already know the direction in terms of which way, what is going to happen. So unless something major changes, that's when you're going to see more bearish move. Otherwise, it is about time now. I think pounds is going to recover. For looking at the price action, looking at everything around, it's just indicating pound is about to recover. So that is something for you guys to watch out. I thought I'll give you guys a heads up. Right, cheers.